Final whistle on Football Fans Tribe. Manchester City 3-0 Arsenal. Demolition, destruction, men against boys, anything you want call them. How you see the match?
Enjoy Arsenal, no be joke. They enjoy Arsenal. It's not a balance. It's not a 50-50 game at all. It's not even balanced at all. The difference is just too clear. Like the men are playing against the boys. Kai, me say I shame as I watch out. I shame.
But for a point, it was looking like the game was, it was looking like two teams throwing punches, and then, but all of a sudden, where do you think?
Let me tell you.
Turning point, yes.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about football. See, for the first 10-15 minutes, as a big team, they are in both categories. Do you understand? They are both big teams. Before, Arsenal was a big team. So they were still using that old glory. You understand? Like, oh, we were a big team. So normally, you don't expect Man City to just come out straight, direct. Do you understand?
True.
They will first of all give them that respect. Oh, this is a big team. This is not Newcastle. Do you understand? They have to give them respect. So they respected them first for that 10-15 minutes. Let us see what they have to offer.
What they have to offer.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That was exactly what they did to Arsenal. Let us see what they have to offer. And it was just too easy for Man City. David Luiz, oh my shape.
David Luiz has considered the most penalties in the Premier League this season. 4. Calamity Luiz, that's what was causing.
David Luiz, he be like COVID-19. I was just surprised. Like, wait here. Every time. My friend was like, if Luiz enter, we will collect penalty. Sure, 100%.
Are you serious?
And I was like, I swear. I swear down. It was like, penalty will enter this game. Not even up to 5-10 minutes of him playing, he made a calamity. Look at that big mistake. Even me, where I know the defender self, I know say that kind of ball to just to play.
Allow the person score.
Professionals.
Hope on your keeper. Trust your keeper that your keeper will do something. You understand?
Of course.
That's what your keeper is there for. You should trust your teammate. And Leno had been doing well so far. He had been making saves and making saves. And there was something I was telling somebody that no matter how hard Leno works, this Arsenal defense is always going to mess him up.
Big mess up, I'm telling you.
We were too poor. I mean, we can put the blame on David Luiz's mistakes, but still, you know, we still had all to play for, even going down 2 goals, you know, but we just didn't fight, even starting from the front of Aubameyang, midfield. Bringing the 3 substitutions, we thought we would have a fresh breath of energy, you know, with Laka, Reece, and Maitland-Niles, but it seemed as if we just lost the midfield 100%. You know, it was even better off with Willock and Co. You know, so I don't even know. I don't know.
What do you feel that was the turning point?
And our first 4 games are, you know, are away, so we have to really sort out, you know, our. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
You know, our first 4 games are away, so we really need to sort out ourselves. You know, especially our attack, because we didn't have anything. Aubameyang wasn't there. He had a or he didn't take his chance. You know, we had a problem with the central defender, so we had back covering for him. So it was supposed to be for the midfield, you know, to take the game forward. But even with all the breaks and all the opportunities to rest, we couldn't do anything special. You know, it wasn't good. It was really poor. It was really poor. I wasn't impressed with it at all.
The injury to Pablo Mari and then his subsequent substitution, do you feel that was the turning point of the game?
Yes, I feel that, you know, introduction of David Luiz was the turning point of the game, because our first 2 goals were they were his individual errors. The first one he was lackadaisical about that, and it bounced off him, only for Sterling to spoil what had been a fantastic day for our keeper, because Leno had been great, and then there was nothing he was able to achieve from that. Then the second one, why would he not just let Mahrez go anyway? You've played in how many World Cups? You are the is for crying out loud. So I think it's a game to forget for Arsenal fans. It's a game to forget. We need to forget about this and move on.
Any positives? Can you take away any positives from this game? Anyone at all?
I'll say we started it kind of well. We had a bit of back and forth with Nketiah, the runs, even prior to Saka's injury. It wasn't so bad, the way we started. Look at our first goal we conceded, was right at halftime. You understand? So we definitely
so close.
With the positives around Saka. I think he played well. I think to a very large extent, we didn't play too badly on the defensive side. Aside David Luiz errors, you know what I mean? So we take positive of that, but we need to really sort out, our tactics, especially with the way we have to do the substitutions, We need width, for example. There wasn't really anything happening on the flanks. Nicolas Pepe, there was nothing happening. There wasn't any range.
It was missed today. Yes, I think Pepe starting would have been a better way out. Because there was no fear. Whenever, who was it at left back? Whenever Ben Mendy went forward, I don't think he was very, very scared of something about to happen behind him. So he kept going and he kept going. And Bukayo Saka kept tracking him and tracking him and tracking him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Saka, Bellerin did well. But when you had Sterling and Mahrez coming at you all the time, Tierney, that was just a goal waiting to happen. I think Arteta was out of his depth as well with all the unexpected injuries. He had to make last-minute decisions about how to deal with all the unexpected injuries. We really need to get our act.
David Luiz with a super sub performance.
25 minutes of genuine sportsmanship. I like that boy a lot. Very, very, very good player.
Yeah, very terrible person.
But the truth is that I've always known, can you play somebody 8 times? For this one, it's taking 8 times and you concede 20 goals and score just 2. And they've won 1-7, both home and away, both in the final. That's very, very terrible record. And the thing is, when the match started, that's not what you're playing with. Everybody was on match rusty and they were doing their best, but as time goes on, the most important thing about this match, Man City always want to they always want to unleash Kevin De Bruyne, and the commentator was always saying Cameron should just be on that guy, and every damage from that match came through. Apart from that penalty, the rest and this second came. All the damage match we had was coming from De Bruyne and Arsenal. And it was rusty from the beginning of the match. The thing is that David Luiz,
but then it was very rusty. Was patch, but along the way, City it was just like City regained themselves, and then Arsenal didn't see the ball. There were no chances. Even on the counter attack, there was nothing on.
The thing is, the big players in Arsenal need to start coming up. I was a little bit. I was very hungry when I was very hungry when Zaka got injured because it would have been in this manner, because he's a player for big games, but the rest we were just Aubameyang is not there. His mind is not there. He's not there. He's not there. Then this other boy, this Nketiah of the boy, that boy tried. He was trying to impress.
Can you say he tried? He was offside 200 times today. Can you genuinely see Eddie Nketiah putting a good job today? Can you say he did well?
That's what I'm saying. In as much if you're a striker, imagine you're playing against Barca, then you're a striker, you're expecting you to do all the best. Barca of those days, you just be in no man's land. That's what happened to that boy. He was always trying to come to the game, running up there and the rest, trying to meet up passes and the rest. He was just trying to impress the coach. But at the end, you cannot play. You cannot play well. Your team is not playing well. Football is not a one-man sport. It's like everybody's like a team sport.
Well, the match they somehow bad. The first 25 minutes, then kill the game. Now,
why do you think so?
Aka, Mari, and Luis come in the game. Everything just spoiled the game.
Interesting.
So Luis, the experienced defender, but Luis no use the head well. Luis now just make Arsenal lose the game because the strategies of Arteta when they start set the game up, give some hope. The first
even the work
that they set up, hope they say maybe just defend well, catch them on counter, just finish the game. With the chance they to score, go score. So Luis just spoil everything, sha.
You feel say Luis no enter, like say Mari no get that injury, like say Xhaka no get that injury, things will not turn out like this.
Normally, even say Man City go win, no be this 3-0.
No go reach like that.
Maybe 2-1 or 2-0, but Arsenal go give come out well. When Luis take play and the injuries, well, I feel for Arteta and Arsenal fan. If you look in face throughout the game for touchline, Arteta is very sad. And if you check some of the players, their body language, me I no go blame Aubameyang because some fans they like Aubameyang no fit do everything now. Yeah. How many Aubameyang see? Now only one chance, and that one chance the leg no hit the ball well. So now so the ball just be. But the whole blame today, now David Luiz said now everything take deal. The player with me, I for like me no start that game. Nah, Willock no 0 for that game.
Willock no show face at all.
Just do that midfield, no accurate pass, no nothing. Because Aubameyang make some runs, but they carry the ball, go through, go flank.
Yes.
He makes some runs to the middle, but they put the ball for the flank. And once Aubameyang they make that run, you give them a better pass. Aubameyang will deliver the ball. So they don't understand that. Man, we miss Ozil. Ozil matter. Ozil
matter don't start again. No.
But as for me, I don't see David Luiz. He's a gunner. Done and dusted. Because one, the contract already finished. Arsenal no go extend the contract.
Me, right from the outset, I don't like Arsenal. I always say I don't like them at all. They always disappoint. It's not the first time. Even under Arsene Wenger, they've been doing it. When you expect them to just do one little thing, towards the end, they might start well, but they will disappoint, as always. So before this match, even though without the audience and the fans and so on, I knew they will lose. I was even surprised they could hold on for as long as possible, for as long as they did. Yes, I was surprised they did because I expected them to lose the match, no doubt. Now, what I want to say is, even if you take away David Luiz and you put in Sergio Ramos, they will still lose that match.
Are you serious?
Because to me, as I said, the best form of defense is attack. If you just go and buy the best defenders and you have your poor midfielders and your poor attack, there's only little. Even though you put Manuel Neuer in the post, the same way I say, if you take Manuel Neuer and take Manuel Neuer to a team like Southampton or a team like a team that is losing in the Premier League, what's this team? Can't remember.
Down.
Yes, put Manuel Neuer in their post. They will still concede as much goals as they have conceded. So the job of a goalkeeper is just to, I think, if you can defend 10 chances, the remaining 2, the remaining 2 the goalkeeper will save. So for me, fine, David Luiz was fuck up in that match, definitely. But even notwithstanding, you're not the first team that will get a red card in a match. Some teams still get a red card and they still hold on. Because normally I feel as a team, when you get a red card, the shape of the team should automatically just change.
True.
At least
Which
to change. But for me, Arsenal they don't just need only defenders. They need also to spend on the midfield, attack. Because sometimes I usually believe that if we are talking about statistics, there's no way we can measure psychological states of the players. Yes, because there are sometimes you see all those. For me, I feel the reason all those small teams concede about 8-9 goals to teams like Barcelona, Manchester City is because even before they come to the pitch, they've already lost the match in their mind.
Already lost, yes.
When buying players at the same time, I feel Arsenal should buy players that can put in fear into the opponent a little. Because if Messi comes to the field, now everybody start thinking about Messi. Aguero, everybody think about Aguero. But I just feel that Arsenal just need to buy more experienced players. Yes, youth is good, but at times you have to blend them with experience.
Players with the name.
Yes, you have to buy players with name. You need name. Name psychologically will help you win matches.
Well, it was, in my opinion, which is highly unpopular, it was fairly equal between both teams, apart from the David Luiz.
What?
Yes. when you look at it, Pep Guardiola did not, I wouldn't say particularly impressed me. The midfield battle was not one. The striker, Gabriel Jesus, he struggled, really, if we're being sincere with ourselves. Arsenal could have done better if they could have just controlled the midfield. The midfield was totally lost. Guendouzi, he had a lot of chances to play football. He kept on putting it back to the defense, which kept on giving them pressure, which City kept on capitalizing in. But if you actually look at minus the David Luiz set of blunder, Manchester City, they did not show the championship or the champions. The prime Manchester City would have run rather probably 5-0. After the 2 goals that David Luiz conceded, it was difficult for them to secure a third. I mean, Sergio Aguero had to come into the game and then try to spike things with the way he does every single time. But I tell you, if Arsenal could have held on to that midfield, it might just have been different. But looking at it, the reality of things, they lost 3 goals. David Luiz with a disaster class. Injury problems coming in left, right, and center. The questions still going to be asked. Can Arteta bring these guys to qualify for European competition? What is the future line for these guys? It's difficult right now, but I don't see it becoming anytime soon.
Now, my question is, David Luiz, is he done? Do you feel it's a player that's just holding on to a finished career?
Well, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, he's an old man. He's not the age where you start to learn how to play football anymore. He should have played he has played at the very top with the best of Chelsea defenders, with the best of PSG defenders. He's an experienced by every standard for Brazil, for club, and for country. He's very good, but he's an expired product at this point. The best he can do right now is to be a dressing room figure. I don't think anything other than a dressing room figure would fit him. I cannot start him in a back line. I cannot use him to win the Premier League, FA Cup, Carling Cup. You want to give it to him. He's gone, really. He's gone, really. There's no answer to it.